Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly videos. In this video right now, I'm going to share with you guys what I believe is the most important factor when it comes to self-development, and that is self-awareness. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys my personal revelations when it comes to self-awareness and how I apply it to my own life and as a coach, but I'm also going to share with you guys statistics and practical steps coming from this book, Emotional Intelligence, Self-Awareness, and it is from the Harvard Business Review Press. So I'm going to share with you guys the different types of self-awareness, the two different types, and I'm going to share with you guys practical steps with how you can become self-aware, and also tell you guys about why it's so crucial to become self-aware. It's going to help you in every single area of your life. So if you're interested, then keep on listening. All right, so I'm going to start off with the dictionary definition of self-awareness because I think it's really important. Self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. The process can be painful, but it leads to greater self-awareness. The process can be painful, but it leads to greater self-awareness. Okay, so I'm going to read something to you guys that is going to make you want to become more self-aware, whether you're into self-development or not. Research suggests that when we see ourselves clearly, we are more confident and more creative. We make sounder decisions. We build stronger relationships and communicate more effectively. We are less likely to lie, cheat, and steal. We are better workers who get more promotions, and we are more effective leaders with more satisfied employees and more profitable companies. So as you guys can see, self-awareness not only helps you, it helps the people around you, and therefore you are helping make the world a better place. Okay, so as someone who is super into self-development and as a life coach, of course, I understand the importance of self-awareness, but the reason I really wanted to talk about this topic is because I realized that self-development has become increasingly more and more popular, as we can see through social media. But I realized that a missing factor that sometimes is common is self-awareness. So we can read as many self-development books as we like, we can listen to all the podcasts that we like, we can watch all of the YouTube videos, but if we are lacking self-awareness, then all of this is just becoming head knowledge. It's kind of like when you're in school and you're just reading through the text and you're trying to cram all the information in your brain just so that you can reiterate it on paper. It's kind of like that, but it's in the self-development world. So when we're reading a self-development book, such as this one, when we're reading it, what we're thinking is we're going into it thinking, I have areas of my life, because I'm a flawed human being, I have areas of my life that I need to work on. So how does this book apply to me? What can I learn from this book? What does this book say about me? Rather than getting into self-development and thinking, oh, that's so interesting. And then you're not really applying it to yourself. You're just absorbing the knowledge and saying kind of like, this is how humans work. This is how humans think. This is how other humans can have a better mindset. Or you start thinking about specific people in your life. This applies to my friend. This applies to my boyfriend. When really it is self-development. It is self-awareness. So we need to be applying it to ourselves. We are only responsible for our own behavior. We're not reading self-development books to figure out how we can fix other people. Because when we change ourselves, we change the world around us. Okay, so according to this book, Self-Awareness, there are two different types of self-awareness. One is how we view ourselves, and two is how other people view us. And to share with you guys a really quick example about myself, before I got into self-development and I really lacked self-awareness, I didn't know anything about my personality, how I operated. I didn't know that I was an introverted person, that I liked things to be organized, that I became overwhelmed if I had too many options. All of these things, the list goes on, but I wasn't aware of all of these things about myself. So then I would increasingly become frustrated and life would be a roller coaster ride for me. And the last example I'm going to give is that during that time, I asked one of my friends, am I easy to work with? And she said to me, you're easy to work with if everything goes exactly your way. So in that situation, that's not a case for me to become defensive and say that's not true. That's someone who, again, the way I worded it probably wasn't correctly, but she said it out of love, and it's someone that I knew cared for me. So instead of me becoming defensive, I can consider, is that true about me? And I realized that it was true about me. So I'm not saying that everything that other people say about you is true, but when you ask people that you trust their opinion, that they know you well, and that you know love you. And again, if she never told me that, then that awareness wouldn't have been brought to me and I wouldn't be able to work on changing it. And some of the best friends and people in your life are the people that tell you the truth. So right now I'm going to give you guys the practical steps, and this is a mix from the book and my own personal perspective when it comes to how you can take the practical steps to becoming self-aware. And I also wanted to say that if you're looking for a quick fix when it comes to self-development, there's never going to be a quick fix. The same thing as when it comes to pursuing purpose and happiness and all of those things. There's nothing in life that is just a quick fix. There's always work and it's a process. So the first one is how to become more self-aware when it comes to the way that we view ourselves. And the key to that is self-reflection. And self-reflection is something that's intentional. It's where you're putting aside time every day. It can be 15 minutes to 30 minutes, however long or short you want it to be, where you are intentionally self-reflecting. So the way that you can self-reflect is making sure that you're by yourself. You put yourself in an environment where you're not going to be distracted, such as your room, where you're not going to have outside noises or people bothering you. You can put your phone on airplane mode, or you're not going to have your phone on you. And you take the time to answer questions about yourself. So that can be questions like, how would I best describe myself? How would my family best describe me? My friends, my colleagues? What do I believe are my strengths and my weaknesses? What do I like or dislike about myself? What are my values and my beliefs? What do I value about money, about finances, about friends, about family, about purpose? Whatever it is, you're getting to know yourself better. You can take things like personality tests as well. So you're answering these questions about yourself. There's no science to it. You can look up questions online. You can make up your own questions. And another part of this, maybe you're done with answering questions about yourself, but just in general, if every day you're able to reflect by writing for 15 to 30 minutes a day about how your day was, then you're also able to connect the dots a little bit more, where you can say, today I woke up in a great mood, but by lunchtime I was really frustrated. And instead of just allowing that to just be, you can backtrack and say, what made me frustrated? I think it was when my colleague said this, and it really frustrated me because it made me feel like he thought that I was disorganized, and maybe I am disorganized, or whatever it is. You're basically just reflecting about your life, about your relationships every single day, and you'll be able to connect the dots more and more. And the second exercise to self-awareness is how other people view us. So the way that you can figure out how other people view you is by interviewing them. And let me explain. So you're not conducting an actual interview. You're choosing some people in your life that you know truly love you and want the best for you, and they know you well. So maybe it's like a couple people in your family, maybe it's a couple of colleagues, maybe it's a couple of friends, and you're not doing it in a group setting, but you are asking them, you're stating it in a way that you're saying, hey, I really need help. I'm getting into self-development and I'm trying to become better in, let's say if it's your colleague, with my business, the way that I run my business, or the way that I interact with the other employees, or maybe I'm trying to become a better mother, a better sister, a better friend, a better girlfriend, whatever it is, whoever it is you're speaking to, and however that applies. I really need your help because I'm trying to become better in this category. Would you be able to help me with sharing with me some of my strengths and some things that you may consider to be my weaknesses? Now, because a lot of people are not going to want to tell you what your weaknesses are because they don't want to offend you, you can word it in such a way that you say, what is one small thing that you think that I could work on? Or you could say, you can set it up for them. I know that I can be really irritable when things don't go my way. What do you think I could do that could improve that? So you're already saying it for them so that they don't feel uncomfortable. And again, it's not some weird big production that you're putting on and you're setting up some interview. It can just be in the conversations that you have with people. And of course, it's really important to not be defensive. It's hard to hear, but it's important to not be defensive and just take in that information and work with it and just say, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm definitely going to consider it. So that's it for this video. It's that easy and that complicated at the same time. It's easy because those are practical steps that we can take. It's complicated because it's a process and because we're humans and we have emotions and we don't want to hear about what our shortcomings or our weaknesses are. But what I wanted to say is that every single one of us has some type of shortcoming or weakness. None of us are perfect and we are never going to be perfect. We can't even strive for perfection, but we can just strive for progress. So I wanted to end it with this quote: what is necessary to change a person is to change his awareness of himself. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video or if it helped you, please give it a thumbs up. If there's someone that you think would benefit from this video or you think they'd like to hear this message, please share it with them. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on Instagram, then give me a follow. And if you guys have any other topics that you want me to talk about, then please send them to me and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.